Hi there friends, I wanted to do a quick video of our read-alouds that we finished this week. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Julie. I have 7 children. My oldest is 11 and James is the baby. He'll be 1 next month. So these are some of our favorite read-alouds that we finished this week or are in the middle of. Obviously with my little ones we do more picture books than this, but these are some that they really liked this week. So we'll start there. This is one of our favorites, Duck on a Bike. It is a very silly, very fun story. This is one that we read for the first time, The Legend of the Indian Paintbrush. It's just a tale of how these certain flowers came to be. So that got their brains thinking a little. Are You My Mother? I bet most of you have read this one. This is a very loved book by my 4-year-old. It's The Seasons of Arnold's Apple Tree, and it follows a boy and his adventures with his special apple tree, and it goes through every season of the year, and Samuel really likes it. He asks for this book a lot. Angus and the Cat. Echo James. Another old favorite of ours. Just a sweet little storybook about a dog and a cat who become friends. Hi. Quick as a Cricket is about a child who imagines that they are all kinds of insects and animals and how they are like them. So that's just a fun book for that imaginative preschool age. Hold on a second. The Animal Boogie. This is a book that Jeremiah has asked for, I don't know, probably a dozen or more times this week. It has a song in the back of it. Of how the book is actually put to music, and so we sang this book every time. So if you're up for a singing adventure in your read aloud time, this is a fun one. Okay, this was a book that I read to all of my kids this week since we were talking about trees and leaves. This was a really neat book, The Tree Lady. It's based on a true story about a woman who just has a passion for trees and ends up transforming a city because of that passion. So that was a highly recommended one. This is another really neat book that we got from the library, A Quiet Place. And it's just taking you through all of these different places and around the world where you could experience a quiet moment. That was a really neat one that we picked up. And then I am halfway through this Columbus book. Anything by these authors is incredible. They are historical masterpieces for children. The pictures are gorgeous. The story is interesting. I'm reading through this book with my younger set. Years ago I read it with the older 3. So I'm just reading this with the younger ones. We're about halfway through. It's a pretty meaty book, so I broke it up into a few sittings. Now for the chapter books that we're in the middle of. As a family, after dinner, we are reading The Chronicles of Narnia. We're on book 2. We're about a third of the way through this book. Of course, it is very captivating. For all of you who have read it, you know. Then we started this just kind of lighthearted, silly book. It's a mystery that takes place in ancient times where there's a bunch of boys trying to figure out the mystery that involves their friend. So this is a very quick read. It is very captivating, and as you can see, we're halfway through it and we just started it this week. So we'll probably finish that one out by the end of next week. Then we also started The Bronze Bow, and this is amazing. I am really enjoying this. This is more for older kids. It's really more intended, I think, for my older 2, and I plan to just read it to them. But, of course, when you have a big family with a lot of kids, everybody starts tiptoeing in, and it is such a captivating book that down to the little guys, they are just sitting there with, you know, great attention on me when I'm reading this. I can't believe I never read this as a kid myself. Very well written, and we are about a quarter of the way through, or a little less maybe. We just started that one a few days ago, so that's our update for the week, and we will check in next week with more books.